5th, 2024. You do realize we're in 2020. I went up to the Ravenna courthouse. I sat outside. I called my sister on purpose. The guys that work my case, some of them eat lunch in the bar across the street. And as I'm talking to my sister, I said, I gotta get off and I gotta report this. Two of the guys walk out, look at me, look at each other. Where's the idiot over the house? I go in and the nice Ravenna officer with mustache and dandruff, got grayish white hair. Okay. Usually says, hi, sweetie. We'll have the boys look into it. Okay. He looked panicked. I said, can I talk to Judge Timothy Bludick? Okay. He was busy. I went to leave. I can't let you leave. I said, I gotta go. You can't leave. You have to talk to Abigail. I'll get some lady officers. Walk me downstairs. I looked at her. I said, the FBI don't use sodium phenol. I know. Nobody does. I know. Nobody drugs anybody. I know. Up walked a man with a small file. I'm here for Karen around the house. Walked off with the lady officers. Lady officer, walk back up, I'll walk you out. Abigail's like, I want you to make a report to the Portage County Sheriff's. Lady officer, walk me outside. I want you to run around, tell everyone you know. You hold the FBI accountable. People will got away with way too much. You go tell the Portage County Sheriff's. There is a court order over me by a real judge for protected home custody for an FBI informant. Threat of life with statements. There's a judge's order over me. And like my friend that worked at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, you don't realize the way that agent set up your case until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program. You can't get out, for you'll have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated, dated against you again, and only for you would we ever do this for. We always put it back as if it never happened. You can't be legally charged for anything again for working this case. Admit to no wrongdoing. I'll take care of everything in the end. And he said he'd open an account with $5,000 a month and I'd have that money to live on. When the case is over. Okay? But if you try to tell someone, I'll list it, blah, blah, and they want to hop it. 14th Amendment, you cannot withhold protection. The man was lying. FBI has been around me. Some of the young guys I thought were officers, they're actually FBI agents. He was bullshitting those people. Like they said in Coles on Tuesday, wait till that agent realized the whole time they were after him. And this whole thing has been about him and getting him arrested. And they were setting him up. This whole thing was about him. For they're exposing corrupt law enforcement in this area. And they set him up. That's what this was about. And like my friend from the prosecutor's office, until the FBI puts you in another witness protection program, you'll stay an informant for life. I have an officer assigned to me every day. Every day I have an officer assigned to me. They're not just to sit back and because the originals got rid of the real bad people, sit back and get a paycheck. They're supposed to keep my life calm around me and take care of all kinds of problems. And if someone goes to harm me, they're supposed to protect me. My friend from the prosecutor's office said two of the Canton police officers let somebody in protected custody get hurt. They got the choice of being arrested or fired or resign. Because they let somebody get hurt. You know, hatred and bigotry come in all different sizes and shapes. One of my neighbors, he is a troublemaker, and the Canton police said he's a troublemaker. He is. I can get that now. Okay. He set up cameras. Some lady was pulling in my apartment building and then flashing lights into my apartment. Okay. Or brights into my apartment, pulling out, almost hit my neighbor Harry. There's some lady turn around. And I said, until she actually does something wrong, just leave it alone. Until she actually does something wrong, leave her alone. Okay, you can turn around anywhere you want. You're not actually damaging something. You're not actually doing anything wrong. And it was a little scary because my ex fled the country, wondering if it was a drug cartel looking for him. Here it's just some lady delivering papers, and she's rude, and she almost hit Harry, my one neighbor, and she got rude with other neighbors. She's just a snog. Okay? Alright? Well, my neighbor that the police consider a troublemaker went to him, and they insulted me. To him, apparently. And he come home and he's running his mouth, and I said, I'll take care of it. Well, I called the office. The Canton PD answered the line, and they said, Karen, nobody will ever insult you. Any police officer ever insults you, they're in a lot of trouble. There's that open FBI case, and they would know better to ever insult you. They get in a lot of trouble. Your neighbor was lying on the police, they would never insult you. And he's just a troublemaker. Well, yesterday, he calls me over. I just been ignoring him walking in to where I'm staying now. Okay? Just ignore him. And I told him, I said, you know, I said most officers tell them, either they'll tell them flat out they're working the case, or they'll say we can't talk about an ongoing case. I said, I think the guy handled it bad, but regardless, you have no right talking to me that way. Well, I have no reason, blah, 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 blah. And I said, but still. Okay? I go in, and I go back outside, and him and his friends are gay bashing. Oh, how much they hate gays and all this other stuff. I thought, what do they have to do with your life? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, if one of my kids ever say they're gay, they better change their last name and never see me again. Nah, nah, nah. And then throwing Bible scriptures out of how much they hate them. I went in and told the person that gives me a free room. He's like, that's ridiculous. It has nothing to do with them. You know, 40 years ago, white people would have been out there insulting black people. And they had nothing to do with them. Bigotry's bigotry, no matter where it comes from. You hate somebody because they're different. It shows how low and small you are. They have nothing to do with your life. Why sit around? Because you know what it does? It makes them feel godly. It makes them feel bigger and better to show hatred. God isn't hate. He's love. But yeah, there's a real... In October of 22, I'm in Trinity Gospel. A lady investigator shows up. Karen's okay anymore. We found the protected custody case. See, there's a real judge's order over me. FBI informant. Karen's okay anymore. We found the protected custody order. Judge's order over me. Guy said, well, the agent that returned her phone call, it was verified by the police. He told on her before she called him back. Oh, my Lord, and they walk out. My client sitting there. We get home, he turns on FBI. TV shows, protected custody shows. Looks at me like the Grinch that stole Christmas. Smiles great big. Karen, you ever been part of one of those? I looked at him, I said, that's a personal question. He started giggling. See, if people forget there's a real case. The marshals have been working it. Sheriffs, police. People have got hurt, killed, taken. I've been raped, tortured, my skull bashed in, almost shot driving. Had to hide on a shooting night. I took my one friend up, drove by my old house. Showed him where the neighbor lived, where the second week I was standing around the front yard. And he come running over that he was a nurse. Could I help you? I don't know what's wrong with me. I said, here, I've been drug being raped in my own home. Was standing around the front yard, collapsing. I showed him where the duplex was, where the other men were staying, where they shot up the place right before Christmas 18. And I had to hide. Not in my house. Not to get killed. Laser lights into the back, lights crossing out back. It's horrifying. He's like, it's amazing you're still alive. And I said, where that gravel is, they had to burn everything inside that other side of the duplex in the middle of the night as big as an ambulance. They had to gut it. They said some, but they didn't know if somebody would be able to walk again. Some guy showed up this Monday in Hartville. Said after what those people did to me, I can't hardly walk anymore. I can drive around. I've been trying to find out what's going on, and they told me to stay out of it. I was trying to explain what happened with her. I've been human trafficked. I've been tortured. They showed videos of it. Videos of them mocking FBI agent John. How they made a fool of him. June 7th, 23. June 23rd, 24th should be a Sunday morning. They called him stupid. It's like they're poking at that agent. Because June 7th, 23, FBI agent John fell for the stunt at Taser 4. Oh, come on now. That FBI agent fell for it. It was only a stunt. You mean John fell for it? You're kidding. And then call out his name and title and cackle. Inside Walmart 62, the sheriffs have their confession. They fooled him. They dared the FBI to fix it July 9th, 23. FBI wouldn't dare fix it after what one of their agents did. Told you, it should be in 19 where they kept saying, oh, we framed her. Oh, we photoshopped feminine wipes by the Torah. Oh, we photoshopped all our lies. We made everything up on her. Where she had bruises throwing up, we're drug beating, raping her, and we drugged her up and told her to say this. We drugged her and told her to say that. We made everything up on her. 18, in front of the cops. But she doesn't know what we're doing. Oh, two drug lords are using this as a pawn fighting over this area, but she doesn't know what we're doing. By 19, two of the drug lord guys show up in Walmart. They're exposing corrupt law enforcement in this area publicly. And another one said they set him up to be arrested. The whole thing was taken down a bit. People in Kohl's found it. Wait till that agent realizes that they were setting him up the whole time. And that he was a target. Told you, a couple Sundays back, I was at Walmart in the strip. This guy's walking by. They all think Karen's real stupid. That's what's going on. They all think he's stupid. Did you pull the inside tapes? Because that one guy was talking to a guy that was speaking another language. It was probably the fentanyl king. For who's the king from Texas? U.S. retired or U.S. Okay, let me start over. Who's the king from Texas? You Google him. U.S. military Iraqi translator went into the dark web, malware. Fentanyl king. For we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. He's an oh my god. He's a traitor. The other one was Russian. I told you how to find him. Selling people. Marshals are badass. Absolutely badass. They showed up a year ago, January 20th, 23, outside Worcester with the U.S. Marshals, and we're going to be taking care of this. Hey. You're like Texas Walker Ranger. Hoyle. Yeah, you try to torture one of them and butt rape one of them. See what they do to you. They're like superhero guys. They saved 200 children in the last 6 weeks. Over 500 this year that these people took. They even told you in March of last year, the riffraff, they were using the case to human traffic people, sending out the login, people show up to harass me, and then they were picking out which ones they wanted. It was a trap. They announced it in Walmart. They were using the case to human traffic people. It's a trap. And what kind of lowlives make fun of a rape victim? That a bunch of drug dealers did this. Drug dealers did this. Drug dealers got in my home, were stalking me, selling me on porn sites. Andrew Darabic got arrested for taking naked pictures of people and trying to extort money. Had 7 victims. These people admitted they took kiddie porn of my grandkids going potty. They photoshopped shower scenes in other rooms to make me look weird. May 26, 22 at noon, it was done on purpose to make me look weird. They found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room, May 26, 22 at noon. March 1st to 3rd of 21, they said they put 2 clips together, made a porn. It wasn't me, it was them. Then what you're describing is showering. And ha 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 ha, she figured out what they did. January 19, they said they put a feminine wipey above the toilet in the other room to make me look weird. They've erased some guy named Chris out of the room. And where I had giant bruises all over me. Throwing up, heart racing, and severely infected, and I thought the dirty well water up there just washing in it was killing me. Here I'm being drugged, beaten, raped, and drugged up with amnesia drugs and told to say stuff. Never had anybody in my home. How would you like serial rapists preying on you? How would you like to be perfectly fine, working outside, come in, wash your hands, make something to eat and drink, go and use the bathroom, wash your hands better, come out, take a drink in the room, go dizzy and black? Happened to Marshall's kid at a bar. Happened twice. She moved out of the area. They had date rape drugged her and she don't know what happened to her. My neighbor Mike tried to tell me he was a New York cop and thought I was pretty. Somebody had roofied him in a bar and he lost the whole night. They didn't even know how I got home. How would you like to wake up throwing up, heart racing, so dizzy you can't sit up, in a severe personal infection, and giant bruises, orange, lemon, and grapefruit size? Huh? And you never seen or talked to anybody or go to the doctor, what's wrong with me? I know I actually thought the well water had E. coli. Because I was getting so sick just washing in it. It was orange brown, had rocks in it. We had to replace the toilet guts, faucets, till we got the water treatment system. Brought in bottled water and regular water to cook and drink. But just to wash your hands, to shower in it, I thought it was actually killing me. I was fine till I moved in that house. Wake up with marks that look like injection marks and orange, lemon, grapefruit sized bruises. Huh? Throwing up. Heart racing, migraine, headache, and a severe personal infection until you couldn't hardly pee. What's wrong with me? Did you fall? No. Maybe you're coming anemic. My muscles are killing me. Do you know how bad it hurt from those idiots beating me and having no memory? They gave me muscle relaxers. They gave me stuff for headaches, nauseousness, and a severe swollen personal infection until I could hardly pee. Here and being drugged, beaten, raped by drug dealers, and drugged up and told to say stuff. There was LSD in the 1960s. You walked around hallucinating. On Google, there's a whole big long list, over 20 drugs that are prescription drugs in high doses can make you sleepwalk with no memory. That's where I talked to the police, so they all know about those date rape, amnesia drugs, or sleepwalking under someone else's control. They all know about it. I never had these people in my home. How would you like to have serial rapists preying on you, running a sextortion scheme, a photoshopping and washing by drug dealers, drugged up and told to say stuff, and they're beating, raping you? Like they say, it's a drug scam from the human traffickers. They've hired drug dealers. That's who was in my home, running this big scam. They walked into the FBI office, drug dealers, one impersonating a doctor, one's impersonating a retired judge, drug beating, raping people, and that agent didn't arrest him? on the first day and being hired hitmen on their own by Dave Hired himself. He didn't arrest them all. He had them the first day. How would you like to find out everything that was happening to you? It was caused by serial rapists you never met. And men were preying on you. Are you in trouble for that? No. Like they said, they'll never address what those people did to her. They'll never address it to her. What are they going to say? They arrested them, right? They're vile, evil criminals breaking in people's homes, drugging them up and telling them to say stuff, photoshopping, washing, beating, raping somebody under drugs so the poor victim don't know what happened to them. They're serial rapists. You arrested them, right? And it's a drug cartel. And then photoshopping, washing, and stocking tapes by the drug cartel trying to extort money. They make Andrew Darabic look mild, and he got 12 to 15 years. That's why they made fun of FBI Agent John for roofie confessions and photoshopping and washing. They could take you showering and put you in another country. Everything's digital. They could put your head on somebody else's body, change your hair color, your eye color. They could change your clothes. We all know that. They could even put clothes on you showering. Everything's digital. Take words out of sentences, other sentences, put it together and make it look like you're saying something you didn't. That's where I talk to police out of this area. They swear, what's wrong with your local police? Are they slow? Mike DeWine's cousin. Why didn't they arrest that agent the first day for the way he talked to you? Huh? And then the whole thing about everything being digital and amnesia drugs, we all know you're sleepwalking. It's a drug scam. From the drug dealers that are human trafficking people. It's just a big drug scam. Drug dealers walked into his office. Like they said, a bunch of drug dealers set up that agent. They were talking about it in Kohl's. We got the link to the internet on Tuesday. We could watch the case. We found where they said they were exposing corrupt law enforcement in this area, and they set him up. Wait till that agent finds out. This whole thing was a setup for him. I'm going to upload this.